Bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye-bye love. Hey, how you doing? Justin here today. We are checking out Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers. Fantastic little tune, this one. Now, I am going to go over the intro at the end of the lesson, but really this is a good kind of a beginner's tune because we're just dealing with E, A and D chords all of the way through the whole tune, except for that little intro bit. So as usual, when we're learning a song like this, the best thing to do is to simplify it as much as you can when you're first learning it. So we're going to be looking first of all at just playing 4 down strums in the bar. So for each bar, we're doing 4 down strums. Now, most of this song is full bars, but there's a few half bars as well. So I'm going to be counting like 1, 2 on one chord, then we change chords and we'll have 3 and 4 on that other chord when we've got the half bar of each one. So let's start off. We've got a D chord to begin with. So let me just take you through this, the chorus first of all, because that's what the song starts with. So we've got a D chord, ba, ba, to A, love, back to D, ba, ba, A chordness, back to D, hello, alienness, then we got A to E and back to A, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's look at that first half again. So we're starting off with a D chord, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, back to D, back to A. Now we've got the little half bar. So A, 2, E, back to A, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so really important that you get that kind of really simple strumming right first before you start trying to add too much rhythm and stuff to it, because you'll find it gets messy and you won't hold the rhythm and the chord changes won't be fast enough, and it's really better to learn a whole tune like with this really straight, simple strumming first of all and be able to play it consistently and then start adding some rhythm. So the second half of the chorus, almost exactly the same. So we've got D, ba, ba, A, 2, 3, 4, D, ba, ba, A caress, back to D, hello, alienness, then A to E to A, and then it does it again. Good, A to E to A. Okay, so it's exactly the same, first half and the second half, except we double the little tag at the end where we've got that little half bar. So now one more time through the chorus all of the way through. So 2, 3, 4, D, ba, ba, A, 2, 3, 4, D, ba, ba, alienness, back to D, hello, alienness. Here's the half bar, A to E to A to, now it's the repeat again, so D, ba, ba, A, 2, 3, 4, D, ba, ba, sweet caress, D to alienness. Here's the half bars, A, E, A, 2, 3, and again, A, E, A, 2, 3, 4, 1. There goes my... Okay, and going into that other part, the verse, we're just going to strum the A chord on beat 1, and then we're going to stop the guitar using the kind of the palm of your hand there, the outside part of your palm, just put it on the string. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so from that part where it does the half bar, A, love, goodbye, to A. There goes my E chord for 2 whole bars, with someone, A for 2 bars. She sure looks, E chord for 2 bars. I sure am, A. And then an optional A7. She was my D chord till he stepped in. 2 bars again. Goodbye to another 2 bars of E. That might have A to optional A7. And then we're back into another chorus. So first of all, the A7's just a slightly different sound between the A and the A7. A7's a really nice chord going to D, so sometimes if it's changing from A to a D chord, you'll change the A to an A7. You don't have to, and it just happens sometimes, but that's kind of the point. But if you're just learning on guitar, forget about the A7 for now and come and put that one in a little bit later on, because there's not really any point in getting worried about it if you can't do it yet. So if you're looking at that verse without the A7s, it's a very, very simple sequence. It's going E, E, A, E, E, A, D, D, E, 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 A. Okay, so very, very simple. Now, like I said, you can put in those A7s if you want, but don't feel like you have to. One more time, let's go through that. So it's got the little stop on the A. There goes my E chord. Second bar with someone, A. Second bar, she sure looks, E chord. That's the second bar, I sure am, A. To A7 if you want, she was my D chord till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have Okay, so notice there, of course, there's that big stretch where we've got 4 bars of E in a row. But I do think it's kind of better to think of it as 2 bars of E and then another 2 bars of E, because it'll just help you remember the form, and remembering the form of the chords is a really big deal. Remember, you want to be trying to remember these songs, not just having to always have a songbook in front of you. So memorizing the form in little blocks is a good idea. So first thing that you want to be doing is doing that, just playing it really, really straight. But then as soon as you want to start kind of playing it up and getting your rhythm a little bit more happening, yeah. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So this pattern that I'm using here is down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down. Now just something to notice here, as soon as you're adding the up strum after beat 4, so here 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and very often those are going to be open strings that you strum while you're changing chords. So don't be too worried about that. I remember a lot of beginners going like, I can't change fast enough to get that. But when you listen to records, especially when you start, slowing them down and doing your own transcribing, like working out songs by yourself, you start to hear that I'm exaggerating it. Now, but that was a full up strum of the strings with no fingers on, But in the context of reality, I'm doing it, but you just don't really hear it. So don't be bothered if that happens. I would try to make the chord change as fast as you can anyway, because really you don't want to exaggerate that thing, but just don't be worried if it happens is kind of what I'm trying to get to you there. When there's 2 chords to the bar, of course you need a slightly different strumming pattern. We don't have to have, but it's probably a good idea to. So generally when there's 2, you're going down, down, up, on the first chord, and then down, down, up on the second one. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And of course that upstroke again, it's very likely you're going to be in the middle of the change there, so you might get some extra strings ringing out. Don't worry about it. It's totally cool for that to happen, okay? It's there when you slow it down. People don't tend to realize it. So that would be my recommendation. Start real simple, then start to introduce that other strumming. It's a good kind of a tune for experimenting with other strumming patterns too. You don't have to be using that one. You know, Old Faithful, down, down, up, down works really well as well. You know, it's a good tune for having a bit of fun with. Now, I promised I'd mention the intro again. Now, the intro is something that you want to be looking at, say, after you've finished the beginner's course. You're probably getting into the intermediate course, probably. It's that kind of level. We're starting off with an A power chord, to a C power chord, to a D power chord, and then an open A string. Now beginners, don't you be getting worried about this. You'll be doing this in no time. But okay, down, up. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4 is the C and the D, and then the string accidentally kind of hits on that open A string. Just there, okay? And then we've got a muted thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just like really muted. 2, 3, 4. And you can play an A chord on beats 2 and 4 if you want. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm using my thumb over here just to kind of mute the bass string, sometimes playing a little bit of the note, but not really worrying about it too much. The third finger muting the 5th string, and then 7th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, and then muting the thinner string. So, okay, mute, mute, 7, 6, 5, mute. When I'm pressing, but when I relax the hand, it does mute. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay? 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? The second half, very, very similar, except the first chord, 1 and 2, is right up here. Nothing on the thickest 2 strings, then 11th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret, 11th fret. It's another kind of an inversion of an A chord. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2. So nothing, up, down, 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 up. And then you've got that little same thing as before, the little open A by the... This is just the second half. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, 2 halves together. Okay, it's a kind of a cool little intro there, but again, beginners, don't be worrying about that one yet. Just be sticking with the nice, easy, simple chords and playing the song. Getting your strumming and your chord change is really good. That's the important thing. Save this kind of intro for a little bit later on if you want to play the tune just like the record, but it kind of felt bad leaving it out altogether. So even though this is really a beginner's tune. So I hope you have a lot of fun with doing that and you're following the course well. Remember these first changes, learning to change between your A, D and E's, kind of the toughest ones because it's a bit new. Fingers are feeling a bit slow and like they're not going there right. That's really, really normal. Fingers, end of your fingers hurting, that's just like part of the game, you know. You've got to expect those things and for a little while you're playing, a few months at least, you're going to have sore fingers. But just practice. You keep your practice up, you'll be having nice strong fingers and fingertips nicely padded out with you know, a bit of calloused skin, always pretty. Anyway, plenty of my yakking. I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.